Good day, this is TT Network and you're watching Voice of Kids. My name is Emmanuel Baker and with me is
Chioma Baker.
So today we're going to be talking on the cultural decadence in Africa. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Drop it.
You're watching Voice of Kids.
It is often said that a child that fails to recognize its cultural values and norms will perpetually become a slave to that of others. Before we start, what is culture? Culture to many is simply a way of life of a group of people or tribe. Africa is a continent known for its rich diverse cultural heritage. In times past, you could easily identify an African by their way of dressing, clothing, language, and even the way they feed. However, in this recent world, like a candle in the wind, all of these are gradually fading away. So, Choma, what do you think about this cultural decadence in Africa?
Well, I think it's a thing of great concern, considering I can barely recognize an African by his or her name these days. A lot of African parents now give their children names that cannot be traceable to their African roots. Also, majority of these children born recently in the cities don't even know how to greet in or speak their local languages. Let us now go to the street to find out how many kids can speak or greet in their dialects.
Drop it.
Hi and welcome to TC Network. What's your name?
Emmanuel Patrick.
Emmanuel Patrick. I'm Joy Jeremiah. Can you speak your dialect?
No,
Why can't you speak your dialect, minor?
because I don't know how to speak my dialect.
Okay. Can you speak your language?
No,
Why? You're such a big girl now. Why can't you speak your language?
I don't know it.
Okay. What tribe? Where do you come from?
Igbo.
Bele Igbo. Okay. Can you speak your dialect?
No,
Why?
they don't teach me.
Who doesn't teach you?
My dad.
Can you speak your dialect?
I can speak small
Why don't you know how to speak your language very well?
because they don't usually teach me how to speak my local dialect.
Or this time around, tell them that it's a by force case. Can you speak your dialect?
No, not really.
Why?
Let's say, actually, I'm not based here, so it's not going to be easy to learn it, and just my dad doesn't speak at home.
Okay, so where are you based?
In PH, Port Harcourt.
Okay. Can you speak your dialect?
No,
Why?
actually, my parents don't speak with us at home.
Can you speak your dialect?
Not really,
Why?
because I'm not really. My dad didn't really teach me when I was little. My dad wasn't teaching me. Just last year, that was when my dad started teaching us my dialect, and it's also from my school that I began to learn how to speak Igbo.
Yes. Okay, so what do you say? How do you say good morning in Benin?
Ndebe. Okay. Mzambi Negine TT Network. Kizwati.
I'll try small.
Okay, what can you say? Can you say come your local dialect? What's come?
Pia.
Yeah, wow. Clap for yourself. That was wonderful.
No, ma.
Why?
My daddy did not teach me.
What? Can you speak your language?
Yes.
Okay. What can you say in your dialect?
Come.
Come. I say come. Let's hear.
Aze.
Huh?
Aze.
Wow, that's wonderful. Where are you from?
From my house. Nigeria.
You're from Nigeria.
Of course,
Can your children speak jazz?
not all of them.
Why?
Well, it is as a result of so many factors, a combination of factors. You
Do
know?
you speak the local dialect to them at home?
Yes, I do. I try as much as I can do to speak with them.
Hello, ma. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Catherine Ezobi.
Okay. What tribe are you from?
I'm from Anambra State.
That's Igbo.
Yes.
Okay, ma. Can you speak your dialect?
Can I do?
Okay. Ma, do you teach your children your language?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay. Do they learn it? Do they pick up?
Yes, they pick up. It's very good. It's very good to teach children your dialect. You understand? So.
Hello, good morning, sir. What's your name?
My name is Temufe Kenneth Shadika.
I don't get you.
My name is Temofe Kenneth Shadika.
Okay. Sorry, sir. But what tribe are you from?
I'm from Kozo. And your Toddlers. Yeah, Igbo speaking tribe.
Okay. Can you speak your language? Can you speak your dialect?
Yes, of course. I think the general dialect we have in my place now, your channel is Igbo, but we have another language attached to that from my place.
But you can speak the Igbo?
Yes.
Okay, do you speak your dialect to your children?
Yes, of course. I speak it to them. But they're picking up. Yeah. They're picking up.
Can you speak your dialect? Yes. Okay, what can you say in your language? Bia. Bia? Yes. That's come. Yes.
It's important to teach your children a language because that's your dialect you are born into, where you hail from. So there is need for them to learn and know about their dialect.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, USA.
We have interviewed quite a number of people today and we found out that they can't even speak their local dialect. So, sir, what would you like to say to most parents? How would you like to encourage them to teach their children how to speak their local dialect?
Well, you know what, being from the United States, I would implore everyone from the entire continent to keep their cultural names and speak their dialect, because being someone personally from the United States who isn't blessed to have my cultural name or know my cultural dialect, I will tell you that there in the United States, they absolutely respect and honor those of you who have your cultural name and speak your dialect. So I implore you, for your children and for your family, to keep your cultural name, to speak your cultural dialect, and if you are lucky enough to travel, do make sure that you use your cultural name and speak your dialect in the States, because that is what is needed and wanted there more than the changes that are currently taking place across the continent.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Well, you see, the importance of the local dialect cannot be, underestimated, because one of the reasons is that it will encourage you to know your culture. And another is that when, in times of emergency, if you are with your children and you don't want the next party to understand what you are saying, you speak to them in your local dialect. By so doing, it is also a security measure in the family circle, And if you cannot speak your local dialect, I think that it is to an extent that you can be politically relevant in the society where you are from. So if you cannot speak it, you will be shoved aside if in terms of in the areas of political power sharing. So somebody from London who is a native of Delta, say Ika for example, if you cannot speak your native dialect, you cannot come to Ika to campaign for a political position, because they would be expecting you to communicate with them in their native language. So it is very, very paramount, and it is important that all parents should encourage their children to speak their mother tongue.
Okay, so can you say in your language, that your mother tongue, can you tell the audience out there to keep watching Titi Network?
Yeah, Orumpa. No, because many
Thank you very much, sir.
And I want you to continue watching TTTV. It's big.
So you guys all saw that. We're not actually joking about this. So, well, it's not just greeting or local languages that have gone this bad. You'll be surprised that some of these children could not even identify our delicacies and even their local names. Talk more of our different modes of dressing.
What is it called?
Yam.
Can you say it in your dialect?
No.
Do you know what yam is called in your dialect?
No.
How about plantain?
No.
Spoon?
No. No.
Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. Do you know what yam is called in your language?
No.
How about spoon?
No.
Food?
No.
Can you tell me what they call plantain in your language?
I don't know.
Do you know what this is called?
Yeah.
It's what?
Plantain.
And can you call it for us in your dialect?
No.
Why?
My parents don't speak dialects. Their dialects just at home, actually.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for cooperating.
Africa is a continent with rich, diverse culture and tradition, blessed with natural resources, but it's sad to say that the Western culture today seems to have overshadowed the African cultural values in a short space of time. If measures are not taken to remedy the situation, we will end up becoming second-class citizens to the Western culture. I predict that in 50 years from now, some of our dialects will go into extinction, so we need to get to work.
So now the question is, how do we restore, sustain and transmit these cultural values and norms from generation to generation?
I think the solution lies within the following institutions. The government. I think the government should play a role in making sure that our local languages is being taught as a core subject in both primary, secondary and tertiary institutions.
I think media and parents should also be of help. The media, all media houses and outlets should at least include some elements of indigenous values and norms into their programs. Secondly, parents should be able to teach their children their mother tongue and inculcate in them good cultural values and norms, because a child that knows this culture is a child that knows his or her identity, whose self-worth and values are developed, devoid of social vices and crimes, which of course will help build a better society.
Let us all join hands and make Nigeria, Africa in whole, a safe and great place for our dear cultural values and norms.
So I've come to the end of this episode on Voice of Kids. Keep watching TT Network for more interesting and exciting programs. Remember to follow us on our social handles and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TT Network TV. I still remain Emmanuel Obeke and
I'm Chioma Obeke by name.
See you next time. See ya.
Bye.